Hi guys, it's Rach. So today I have an empties video for you guys because my empties are getting a little bit out of hand. I have them all here and they actually can't all even fit in the space. They were taking over my bathroom where I store them, so I thought it is time for an empties video. Now you're probably thinking, well Rachel, it's because it's been so long since you did your last empties video and that is why you got so many empties. But the fact is that I actually filmed one at the start of December, but unfortunately in the craziness that was Vlogmas and me updating my computer to Mavericks and the new iMovie, which was terrible, in that whole hullabaloo I actually lost the footage, and it would have been awesome because I sat down and filmed it, so the video was bound to have been awesome. But unfortunately that footage is lost, but this footage today you guys will be able to see. It's a lot of hair care and skincare and a shit ton of candles, but then there's also maybe a little bit of makeup mixed in. So without further ado, let's get started. I have a couple of heat protecting sprays. The first one here is my Tresemme Thermal Creations Heat Protective Spray. I had a tiny bit left in this, and it's because I have a tendency to buy other products when I'm not done with the ones that I am. So I finished this up. I love this. It gets raved about on YouTube and it's for a good reason. It's inexpensive, it works well, it has a really fine mist, and it's just a great heat protecting product. So I would repurchase this, however I do have other ones. I bought the one with the keratin in it from Tresemme and I've got a couple of others, so I may repurchase this, but it will be a little while before I do that. The next one, I'm just chucking the products around me now because I have no room in front of me. The next one I have here is my Garnier Fructis Style Thermoactive Spray with Curl Control. This one is a heat protectant that is actually a little bit sticky and has some hold, so it's kind of like a heat protectant and a hairspray, that's the word that I'm looking for, in one. I actually quite liked this, but I have some others that I like better. I don't necessarily love the sticky formula of this. I think I prefer my GHD Curl Control spray, so or Curl Hold spray, so I don't know if I'd repurchase this one, but overall it was a decent product. Okay, I have another hair product here. This is the Herbal Essences Tussle Me Softly Tussling Spray Gel. This came out quite a few years ago and I remember that I kind of got it probably almost around the time that it came out. So I've had this for a very long time. It took me ages to use up because I've kind of determined that I'm really not a spray gel kind of person. It's just not really, I don't have the type of hair for it. I think this would probably work if you had naturally curly hair or maybe shorter hair. I don't know, it just doesn't really work for me, but it smells really nice. But I probably wouldn't necessarily repurchase this one just because it wasn't really the right type of product for my hair type. The next one that I have here is a hand cream. This is the Soap and Glory Hand Food Hand Cream. This smells amazing. It has macadamia oil, shea butter, it's non-greasy and it smells like marshmallows. Super sweet. I love it. I actually have it in the pump version that came with a hand soap and a hand cream, so I won't repurchase it straight away, but it is a really lovely product, and you can get Soap and Glory from Kit Cosmetics here in Australia. May have just hit my guitar. Okay, next one here is I have a, that's not proper English. The next one here I have is a toothpaste. This is the Colgate Optic White. I've mentioned this before. I really like this toothpaste. I will repurchase it probably in the future. However, I have a different one at the moment from Colgate because where I was buying toothpaste didn't sell this one and I was desperate, so I just bought a toothpaste. When I ran out of that one, I did use this little sample of the White Glow Professional Choice Strength Whitening, what is it? Extra Strength Whitening Toothpaste. I actually quite like this as well, so I may actually look at repurchasing this one in the future. I do think my teeth may have looked slightly, like ever so slightly whiter. My teeth are naturally quite stained. It's just bad luck. I don't drink coffee, I don't smoke, I don't even drink soft drink, but I have bad teeth and they're not as white as I would like them to be, so I may look at repurchasing this one in the future, but it was a nice toothpaste. I do have here my GHD Curl Hold Spray, which I ran out of and I would like to purchase more of. However, I have to find somewhere that sells it or I'm going to have to buy it online because I've just been looking and haven't been able to find it. I use this kind of as a heat protectant slash curl hold spray. So I spray it in my hair before I curl my hair, and it seems to make my curls last a lot longer, and it doesn't make my hair sticky or tacky at all. It's definitely one of my favorite hair products. Absolutely love this. Will definitely repurchase when I can find it. Hairspray, since we're on the topic of hair, I have a little baby bottle of the Net Satin hairspray from L'Oreal. This is the Extra Hold Natural Touch version of it. I really like this kind of range, the Net range of hairsprays. It's definitely one of my favorite. I do have the giant size bottle, but I find they're really hard to store because they're literally like, well, I can't even show you on camera. They're like this tall. So sometimes I buy the small bottles because they're just a little bit more convenient, even though they're probably not as good value for money, but good for traveling with. Keeping on the topic of hair, I finished up a shampoo and conditioner. This is the Swatchcough Extra Care Hair Repair with liquid keratin, Marrakesh oil and coconut shampoo. Wow, that is a mouthful of a name. I picked these up a while ago now in a 40% off sale at Priceline when they're having 40% off hair care. I bought them just to try. I didn't mind them, but I didn't love them any more than I kind of love my Herbal Essences ones. I found that the shampoo sometimes didn't get my hair as squeaky clean as I like it, and for somebody with oily hair, I do like shampoos that really do clean your hair. I know that you're not supposed to strip your hair of oils, but I have a lot of natural oils. Trust me on this. Too much natural oil is not a good thing. So I did like it, but I probably wouldn't necessarily purchase it again. It does, however, smell a little bit like cocoa powder, cocoa butter, a little bit chocolatey. So if you like that kind of scent, maybe check out these. It would not be a video of mine, an Empties video, without some makeup remover wipes. I actually have 3 different versions from Simple. Now I'll start with these ones because the Kind to Skin cleansing facial wipes are my favorite. If you've never seen an Empties video before, then you probably wouldn't understand, but if you have seen any of my other Empties videos, you know that I use these all the time. They are my favorite and I will repurchase these definitely. However, when those ones weren't available, I had to purchase a couple of other types. One was the Radiance Brightening Cleansing Wipes with mango goodness for healthy glowing skin. To be honest, I didn't notice a lot of difference between these and my normal ones. I don't remember them smelling like mango or anything like that either. I think I'd probably just stick to my normal Kind to Skin ones, but these ones were okay. However, I didn't like the Simple Kind to Skin exfoliating facial wipes. These ones I found they weren't rough enough to really exfoliate, and to be honest, when I'm removing my makeup, I'm not looking to do any kind of physical exfoliation, and because they were kind of rough on one side, I found that I didn't really like the feeling of it around my eyes. Your eyes are delicate, and I'm often using these kind of products to remove my eye makeup, or to remove the first sort of layer of my eye makeup, and then I follow up with a cleansing oil and then a cleanser. So I probably wouldn't repurchase these ones. I just wasn't a fan of the texture, and I don't think they were as moist. I hate the word moist, but they weren't as moist or they weren't as wet as the other facial wipes. So these kind of get a thumbs down from me. For something different, let's talk about deodorant. I have the Dove Clear Touch Anti-White Marks deodorant here. I really like this one. I like the scent. It's just fresh, slightly baby powdery-ish, which is what I like my deodorants to smell. I don't want to smell like a cocktail or a bunch of flowers. I just want to smell clean, and I like this. It does the job. It probably doesn't stop you from perspiring. I like to use the kind of the twist up clinical protection kind of ones, and then I'll use this on top of that for extra protection. It also definitely would not be one of my Empties videos without some dry shampoos. So I have a couple from a newer brand. This is the Polished London dry shampoos. I have the Blighty Brunette, which is a brunette coloured one, and then I also have Cornwall Coconut, which is a white one but that had a coconut scent. I liked these. I believe you can get them in Priceline. I think that's where I bought them from. Yeah, they were fairly inexpensive and I enjoyed them. I don't know if I necessarily loved them as much as some of my other dry shampoos, but I would potentially repurchase them again maybe in the future. I think I prefer my Chlorane and maybe my Batiste over these slightly, but they did work and do an okay job. speaking of, I have my chlorine dry shampoo. This is a white one. I use this mainly at night. This does the best job at soaking up all my oils for somebody who has oily hair. I also work out at night and I don't always want to wash my hair every single night. So sometimes I'll have a shower and then I'll apply this to try and soak up any of the oils and sweat that have sort of gotten into my hair, so I can go sort of one more night without washing it. And this does a good job and it leaves my hair just feeling fresh and smelling fresh as well. Let's jump on to a couple of body products. The first one that I have here is this Rose Jam Shower Gel from Luxe. This was limited edition around the Christmas time and it smelled like their Rose Argan body conditioner, which I really like. Kind of like rosy mixed with, I don't know, vanilla. It says it has lemon in it as well. Really liked this scent. I only got the baby bottle because I have way too much shower gel, but I will repurchase this potentially when it comes out again, if it gets re-promoted with another limited edition collection, because I actually really love the scent of this. I also really love the scent of this. This is my original source, Pink Grapefruit Shower Gel. This is a limited edition scent. Maybe they brought it out just for the summertime. I've spoken about original source before. They are really scented shower gels. They lather up really well and I just enjoy them. They're quite inexpensive. You can find them in Kohl's, I think Priceline as well, and other places kind of like that. This one was pink and smelled citrusy and like grapefruit, and I just really enjoyed that. I also really enjoyed the Breakfast Scrub, which is a scrub from Soap & Glory. I've had this for a while and I just kind of needed, oops, I'm just knocking stuff over left, right and center. I've had this for a while and I just had to use up the last little bit. This one kind of smelt a little bit like bananas. It had almond and honey in it as well, oats, shea butter, sugar. It was just a body scrub and it left your skin feeling really quite moisturized. I really enjoy the Soap & Glory body scrubs. I've used a couple of the different ones and so far they've all been great. So it's worth sort of smelling it next time you are around Soap & Glory. Like I said, in Australia they're sold through Kit Cosmetics, whether it be online or in Kit Cosmetics stands, and I would potentially repurchase this one, or I might repurchase the Flake Away one, or maybe I'll try another one from Soap & Glory, but it was a really nice product. It lasted a fair while too. I also finished up some Bioderma. This is the Sebum H2O version, which this is the one specifically for acne or combination or oily skin. It cleanses and purifies. It's non-rinse and hypoallergenic. I have repurchased Bioderma already. I have been repurchasing the Kralin H2O as opposed to the Sebum H2O, purely because this one's a little bit gentler and is better for using around the eye area, and I like to use these both on my face and on my eyes as well. But I do like this, and if you do have particularly acne prone or really oily skin, then I would definitely recommend this. I pretty much always have a Maybelline Master Precise liquid liner. This is my favorite liquid liner. They do tend to run out relatively quickly. I mean, I use it pretty much every day, so I do think I get a decent amount of wear out of these, but I did finish up another one of those. Another kind of makeup product that I used up was this NARS sample. It's the NARS Radiant Enhancing Pro Primer, Light Optimizing Primer with SPF 15. I got this in a little sample from Mecca Cosmetica when I did an order. I liked this. This had a really small amount in it, so I don't know if I could really give you a definitive I guess view on it. I think I wouldn't mind trying it. I didn't love the scent of it, but it wasn't the most fantastic scent in the world, so I don't know, maybe one day I'll give this a go, but it's probably on the expensive side, so I've got a lot of primers to get through before I get to actually purchase something like this. A favourite of mine is the Embryolisse La Creme Concentrate. It is the moisturiser that I use every morning before I apply my makeup. I finally used up a whole tube of this. I picked this up from IMATS, not this past one, but the one previously, and then this past one I picked up another one, so that's what I'm currently using at the moment. Have repurchased it, would repurchase it. Great for sensitive skin, really great for all types of skin in my opinion. I have oily, combination acne prone skin that sometimes gets dry thanks to, I don't know, the environment, thanks to my acne treatments, things like that, and I really enjoy it, and it works great underneath makeup, so would definitely recommend this product. I'm almost up to the candles, guys. I seriously, like I said, I have a ton of stuff. This year I finished up my Mario Badescu drying lotion. Mentioned this before, I've repurchased it multiple times and will repurchase it again. It is the best kind of spot acne treatment. I love it. I just put it on my blemishes overnight and they look 100 times better in the morning. A couple of nights with this and they've dried out. I really need it at the moment because my skin has gone crazy, so I'm going to have to get down to Kit Cosmetics and pick it up because I really love this product. And I won't throw it because it's glass. Saint Tropez Bronzing Mousse. Love this stuff. I have multiple backups of this. I've finished one because I tend to not use this a lot during the winter. It's more a summer product, but would highly recommend it. Probably my favorite self tanner. Definitely on the pricey side, but well worth it because it gives you a really nice natural looking color. I finished up my Purity Made Simple by Philosophy cleanser. I love this cleanser. It's really nice to help remove your makeup, to cleanse your skin. It's really gentle on the skin. It doesn't irritate if you have acne prone skin or anything like that. So for that reason alone, I love it. It's a really great product. Okay, and then last but not least for the beauty products, I have a few mascaras that I'm chucking out because they are way too old and I basically used them up. One is the Volume Million Lashes by L'Oreal. I really like this one. I actually like all of these, but I love this one. It gives really good definition and volume. I also have the CoverGirl Nature Luxe Mousse Mascara. I really liked this one too, and I've mentioned it before. Again, it has like a rubber bristle brush. I also have a Maybelline The Falsies. I've talked about this before. This one's the particular waterproof version, but I have multiple of these, so I don't really need to repurchase this at the moment, but it is a really great mascara. And last but not least, I have here the Revlon Grow Luscious by Fabulash mascara. I believe I liked this one when I got it too. This one has a really giant brush, really big brush, which can sometimes be a little bit annoying because it's literally like the size of my eye, but I do think I liked this one too. This one has more of like the natural fibers. I don't know whether it actually made my lashes grow more. Okay, so pretty much all of the candles bar one that I have here to show you guys are from Bath & Body Works, and I probably burnt these over a 3-month period. It was Christmas time. I burn a lot of candles just in general, but Christmas time is like the season of candles, so yeah, forgive me, there is a lot. The one that I have that's not a Bath & Body Works one was this one. I think it was like from the Betty Crocker range. This one smelled really nice like peaches. However, when I burnt it, it really didn't give off much scent at all. So these kind of candles are definitely more ambience rather than scenting candles. First one I will show you is Mint Chocolate. I absolutely loved mint chocolate. It was a standout for me, and it wasn't one that I expected to love as much as I did. I do love mint chocolate, but the scent of this is just, it's both warm and sweet and kind of has a little bit of bite to it at the same time, and I loved the way that this made my room smell. I will definitely be looking to get a big 3-week one of these in the future. I also had Marshmallow Fireside. This was kind of a odd scent. It's supposed to smell like the sweet toasty end to a snowy fun-filled day, toasted marshmallows and sumptuous vanilla cream blend with the comforting aroma of smouldering wood. So yeah, it did have like that sweet scent, but it also had kind of like a, yeah, like a kind of woody, almost like a little bit like a masculine kind of scent to it as well. I also used up Pumpkin Cupcake. This one was really sweet and pumpkin-y with a little bit of vanilla. Really enjoyed that one. Another standout was the Winter Candy Apple. This and the Mint Chocolate were probably my favorite scents of the season. This one was really sweet and fresh and still had that apple scent, but not the apple cinnamon scent that a lot of other apple flavored candles have. Spice Cider was that kind of apple cinnamon scent. It really just smells like apple pie. I would highly recommend the mason jar candle, and I would love to know what you guys think I should do with these mason jars, because I'm definitely going to clean them out and reuse them for something. I also have here 3 of the 3-week candles. First one, Vanilla Bean Noel. This one just kind of smells like vanilla. A really great like house scent candle if you want, not necessarily just at Christmas time, but probably all year round. If you want your house to really smell warm and inviting and like vanilla, this one is a great one. Mary Cookie has a kind of similar scent. Again, it's kind of a warm bakery type scent. This one's not just straight vanilla, it almost smells a little bit like cookie dough as well. Again, really, really nice. These are quite rich scents, so having them just in a small room can get quite overwhelming. So I prefer to use these when I've got my door open or in like a larger area, because the scent throw is so good that it's really, really nice and warm and inviting and rich, but without being too kind of cloying, I guess, in a small space. And then last but not least, I have here Frosted Cranberry. This was another favorite of mine. Again, kind of like a fresh scent, given that a lot of winter scents are really kind of warm. This is more, I don't know, fresh and slightly fruity, and I would definitely repurchase this one next Christmas as well, because I really, really enjoyed that. So guys, they were my empties for the past few months. I hope you guys have enjoyed them. If you film empties videos, definitely leave a link to your video in the comments below, or just share with me some of the products that you finished up in the comments and what you thought of them. Will you be repurchasing them? I love to get your recommendations and hear about products that you guys have been trying. Other than that, I hope you guys are all having a really great day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!